everybody, Marty Sleevey here alongside Daniel Krupa. We're here at Gamescom. We're live on our stage. Dan, one of the big games of the show, Bloodborne.
Very big game, yeah.
You got to see it.
Yeah, I saw a lot of it. I didn't get to play it yet.
Okay.
I should say that. Colin's played it, I haven't yet. So I saw an hour-long presentation all about the game's combat system.
That's a long presentation.
It was, and I enjoyed every bloody minute of it. So they took apart the game and told us a lot about what they're calling perilous combat.
Okay.
And the big kind of point they made was they're trying to make Bloodborne, I don't want to say accessible because that's what happened with Dark Souls 2 and everyone's like, oh, they're making it easier.
Don't do that.
It's not that at all. Like, you will die a lot.
Sure.
Bloodborne is hard.
Yeah.
But what it's got is it's going to remove the punishing aspect of Dark Souls. That's kind of what they're pitching.
Yeah.
And the way they're going to do this is something they call the regain health system.
Okay.
So when you take damage from an opponent, you've got a small window where you can regain some of your health by attacking back.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's like they're chipping away a little bit at you, but if you're able to sort of get revenge
if you can
on them,
seize the moment, as it were, if you're brave, like if you risk it, you might get some health back.
I like that a lot. That's
it's a weird thing. And Hayao Miyazaki wasn't at Gamescom, but he kind of had a quote that they relayed at the presentation, which has the kind of weird oblique poetry that he's known for. And he said that he doesn't even see the health gauge as health at all. He sees it as kind of your spirit of will, your power of will. It's every time that you look like you're going to die, if you kind of muster the energy to like fight back, you're reclaiming your hope from the pit of despair.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like there could be, if that's actually how they're viewing the game, there could be some really interesting opportunities for if you sort of do risky moves and risky maneuvers, that you could gain health by sort of kind of confronting death
they say it's a very conscious
side.
choice. Also, like life gems in Dark Souls 2, it's kind of varying on regaining health.
Yeah.
And in this, they'll say sometimes you'll go for the extra attack to win back health, and sometimes you'll run away to use a blood vial, which is what's replacing Estus.
Okay, so there's still items. It's not just
there's still lots of items. So I can tell you something else. Like they unveiled the UI, so you still have a health gauge, which Miyazaki doesn't think it's a health gauge. There's stamina bar, green stamina bar, just like Soul Series. Health is no longer assigned as an item. It's like a permanent button. It's always triangle now.
Okay.
And then why they've done that is they want you to experiment with items more.
Yeah.
So you always have two equipped items. So like the instance they showed, you could throw oil on an opponent, and then you could throw a bomb or a flambeau, and then light them up as a buff.
That's cool, because I know a lot of players would get all the way through Dark Souls and just have hundreds of every items. It's just
hundreds of arrows. Never use them.
Yeah. That's really interesting. Okay, I like that a lot. So the other big thing about the combat is there's no shield.
There's no shield.
Yeah, which is terrifying to me.
Yeah, so they said it's not an exaggerated hack and slash game.
Yeah.
It's not going to be this kind of full-on fast combat game.
Yeah.
It's still the considered gameplay that you would expect from a Soul series.
Yeah.
So they showed us some stuff behind closed doors that's not on the show floor. And you kind of went into a village that's surrounded by tombstones. And you get there, and there's these maniacal kind of rural peasant skeleton women who are really tall and like cackling. And you've got to, like, in Souls fashion, you've got to work out their weaknesses.
Sure.
But that might not be like Dark Souls where you've got shield up and you're just circling them. You've got to maybe go in a bit more ballsy.
Yeah.
And their weakness, because they're all women, apparently they've got bad hips, so if you roll into them, you can stagger them. So yeah, beating up old people.
Yeah, and you learn a lot from those games. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm super stoked. Both of us are going to try to play it tomorrow on the show floor.
Yeah.
We'll have more impressions, obviously. And also from the Sony conference, they showed all those trailers, and they said all of these games are coming in the next 6 months. So evidently that means we'll be seeing Bloodborne before February?
That's the main one I'm interested in.
Yeah, which is crazy. We're going to have a lot more in Bloodborne, all of Sony's lineup, and the rest of the huge games here at Gamescom. So you're already in the right place, IGN.